So a problem exists on my channel. We're just gonna put you over there. I don't want to clutter it with 3D printing stuff. Now I know that sounds a little weird because I'm a 3D printing channel, but for example, I don't want to release a video on the Elegoo Centauri Carbon, a first look or unboxing or review, and then a month or two later, once I've really been able to beat it up, release another video on the Elegoo Centauri Carbon. I don't want two videos of the same printer. I want to be able to get the information out to you guys as quick as possible because I do get sent these machines early sometimes. So in some of those initial videos, while I'm able to get a couple prints off, I'm not really able to beat up the machine for months on end to find all the bugs and problems. So I want to try a new style of video, and I really do need your guys' feedback on this because if people don't watch this, I'm not going to do it again. And I'm going to go over some machines that I've previously done, initial reviews on, like the Centauri Carbon, like the H2D. Now, I haven't put out a video on the Prusa Core One or the Ender-5 MAX or even some other machines, but I want to talk about them in this video to give you guys an update on how are they performing or have my opinions changed. So I hope that all made sense, and I really hope this video series does well because this is, I think, the easiest way to update you guys on my thoughts and opinions without having to put out multiple videos on the same printer over and over and over again. So with that, let's get started. Okay, first up, the Elegoo Centauri Carbon. And before we continue, I actually do want to say that this video isn't sponsored by a single brand or company I'm talking about in this video. If a machine was sent to me for free, if there was a previous video where I said, hey, today's video is sponsored by, or this printer or whatever is courtesy of this company, that does not apply in this video whatsoever. Every opinion, every word spoken by me in this video is 100% mine. And honestly, in every other video I've posted, they're also 100% mine. And I think I'm gonna touch on that on the end of the video. So if you wanna hear more about sponsored videos and what I am and am not allowed to say and the people complaining, oh, I don't trust it if you got it for free, first off, shut up. Second, wait till the end of the video, then I'll talk about that. Anyway, the Elegoo Centauri Carbon. I have no notes. I think I mentioned this in the initial Centauri Carbon video. When I got this, I was actively texting Uncle Jesse, me and him back and forth. Hey man, did yours break yet? Nah, did yours break yet? Nah, mine actually printed pretty cool. We were literally waiting for this thing to just nuke itself. And it's been, I don't know, however long on the video thing since I've had this machine, and it's still going. I have two complaints with it. First off is the LED light bar. It's useless. You cannot see inside this thing. That's really not a big complaint considering, but it's weird going from the Centauri Carbon that is like, it's just a dark movie in there versus the H2D, which it's like Christmas, it's so bright. That, and sometimes depending on the filament brand, this bed didn't work too well. I noticed it on some of the silk golds I was printing, but normal PLAs stuck just fine. I even tried the smooth and the textured side. So what I did is I grabbed another build plate that is bamboo sized, and this is just a gold texture PEI sheet, and I just threw it in there, and then everything printed fine. So if the bed is my biggest intermittent problem with this, I got no issues. It's been working flawlessly. This machine has been performing just as reliably as any of my bamboos, and since it's been in here, not my garage, I've actually been turning to it for more projects instead of having to walk out to the garage. I know, 20 feet, whatever, I'm lazy. But the prints I've been getting off of it have been great. It's kind of hard to see, and I'll do some close-up B-roll, but these Iron Man helmets were printed, one of these was printed on the Bambu, and one of them was printed on the Prusa Core One, almost a $700, $800 difference. And you'd be hard pressed to tell which one is which. Now, I didn't dial these filaments in. I selected a silk filament profile and Elegoo slicer, which is just a rip of Orca and Bambu Studio, whatever. And then I used Prusa slicer, and they both came out really good. I have no complaints on either of these. And then I printed this really cool Iron Man bust. You're gonna see this in a couple videos coming up because I used it for the Ender-5 MAX, and it came out really good. The supports broke away pretty nicely, and there's not too much weird artifacts. The infill did bleed through a little bit, nothing crazy at all. This Mew didn't fare as well. I did try to shrink it down. I think it was more of a support and temperature issue. Again, I didn't go and just dial everything in, but it still came out pretty cute. Had one failure on the faceplate. It just, again, it was the gold silk not sticking to that initial build plate. I swapped it over and eventually got one to come off. I printed this really cool skull bowl. The weirdest thing that happened was this. This is a Super Smash Bros. Trophy. This side came out really good, but then on the other side, it had this really weird banding. I don't know why. I genuinely have no idea why it did this, because it was printed exactly like that, but just the back came out wonky. So I don't know if it's a speed thing, a temperature thing. but it looks good from that side. Oh, and you're probably thinking, oh, that's not a lot of stuff you printed. No, I printed more. As you guys know, I'm starting my new Iron Man suit. If you're interested in that build series, go check out the first video. It's right there. I am testing mock prints or mock parts for my new suit, and I was using the Centauri Carbon because a lot of parts actually fit on it. Now this part was printed with the Prusa Core One. I even wrote it in there. And then this part was printed with the Centauri Carbon. And these are both done on draft, high speed, low detail. And again, they're really indistinguishable for the most part. If anything, there's weird temperature changes on the Core One. As the overhangs, it's shiny and then it turned matte, where the Centauri Carbon really was consistent the whole way. It just doesn't like some of the overhangs. The overhang interface area for some of the supports, not the best, but like they look the same. And again, more draft quality parts that I've just been able to pump out without any fuss. They've just been coming out, really nice. Actually, this neck seal, this neck part for the suit, this came out super well. And again, there's probably B-roll here, but all the parts have been coming out really well. Now, what I cannot speak on yet is flexibles or things like TPU or ASA or ABS. I haven't printed any of that on it. I've just been pumping out stuff like this. But as far as getting a printer out of box on your desk that works and can do PLA without any fuss, I cannot. The $300 price tag on this is just, it's still pretty crazy. Hey, my printer just finished. We're gonna talk about you later. You keep it down. So if you have this thing on pre-order or whatever they decide to ship it, and or are looking at the Elegoo Centauri, not the Carbon, which is the unenclosed version, it's just a stripped down version, I can't imagine it's gonna perform any worse than this. It just doesn't have doors and sides and glass. It's a stripped down version, but if you're only printing things like PLA, get the cheaper version, why not? So yeah, since my initial impressions, unboxing, and video of this, my opinions have not changed. If anything, they've been reaffirmed that this is just a solid printer. Okay, next up, a printer I haven't released a dedicated video on yet, but it is a popular topic, and I will be releasing a dedicated video eventually, but I just want to touch on the Prusa Core One. It's a Prusa, it works. Next, no, but seriously, I got the pre-assembled version, courtesy of Prusa. They sent it to me, unboxed it, plugged it in. It did its whole own little Prusa calibration system, and it's been working flawlessly since, and it's really good. Again, you saw the B-roll on the helmet that it printed. It killed this silk. Like, just look at that. It's gorgeous. Probably the only drawback of it is still a Prusa size printer, the Mark III, the Mark IV, so it isn't quite Bambu Lab size. It's whatever size is here on the screen. So you do lose some build volume, but the reliability and the quality of it, I think, makes up for it, personally. It absolutely crushed all the stock prints with the Prusa mint, the Prusa filament and stuff. I love this increased size jet engine. It's a print in place. This thing's just sick to have this on the shelf, and it has this really cool, I think it's a dice tower. No, it's not a dice tower. It's just a lighthouse. I haven't actually looked at this since it printed. I literally got done printing this thing and just put it off to the side and then started printing more stuff. But man, wow, that bottom. Oh. Armored alpaca, why not? And then I started throwing my own stuff at it, like this Dr. Doom mask at a max quality, and oh my God, I cannot see layer lines on this thing. It's beautiful. And just like the Centauri Carbon, I was also using the Core One to print the new Iron Man suit at draft quality parts, just pumping them out. And credit to the Prusa, credit to the Elegoo, can't believe I said that, credit to the Bambu, the draft quality, the standard 0.28, 0.24, quick as crap print quality that I am pumping these parts out on are still light years ahead in quality than the max quality settings my old machines were able to do for both of my Iron Man suits. My CR10s, my Ender-5 Pluses, my Soval SVO3s, whatever machines. The draft quality on these new printers is still nicer and better than the max quality I could get out of my old printers. So that's just amazing. Yeah, even the draft quality on things like this bicep, it just, like, you can, if you look closely, you can see the layer lines, but they're uniform. There's no inconsistencies or banding. It's just smooth. Same with this black forearm. And again, it did weird things with the overhang. I don't know why it did that. There's probably a reason for it, but like it printed. I am going to be doing a dedicated project and like a dedicated video with this machine as well. Like, it'll be a build and I'll feature like the Core One, whatever. So there will be more to come on this. No notes, haven't found any pitfalls of it. It's a smart printer. It's a good printer. And if you like Prusa, you will not be disappointed with this thing at all. Yeah, moving on. Okay, now back to a printer I have talked about, and I moved angles just for the H2D because I'm not moving it. Just no, deal with it. Here it is, it's the H2D. I had my initial unboxing and kind of first impression video, but since that video, I have been running this thing nonstop, and I've seemed to notice a trend through the Bambu community of people hating on this thing, just from what I've seen, you know, this is my own opinion, and they're forgetting that it's still just a really good printer. People are talking about the laser and they don't need it and the plotter and this and that, blah, 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 blah. It prints. It is a larger Bambu printer and it prints Bambu quality, but larger. That's why I wanted it. That's what I've been doing with it. Now, you guys saw in the video, I printed the initial things like the little benchy and it came out. I printed another benchy. I think I printed an initial white benchy. Don't know what happened to that. Printed another one, came out fine. And I started throwing just the basic stuff at it. I threw a Flexi Rexy, and this came out, this was with blue, was this with carbon fiber PLA? This might have been blue carbon fiber PLA. Came out beautiful. And then I printed some Iron Man faceplates. This one failed, I didn't have enough supports on it. This was totally my fault. And then I got a blue PLA carbon fiber one to print. And the inside quality of these is just some of the nicest I have ever seen out of any printer ever. I mean, look at that. This was standard quality and it looks like a resin print. I actually went for a different video and just chromed it because why not? If you saw that video, you know it's for my Marvel Rivals helmet, the Iron Man helmet. If you want to learn how to paint 3D prints, go check that video out. Straight up, just one of the nicest 3D prints I've ever seen. It's a good printer. So then I printed this Gengar. Ornamental Gengar on Thingiverse. Here it is on, I'll show it. It's linked. This is incredible. There was one weird string of banding. Where is it? Where are you? Right up here. It might be hard to see just with the harsh lighting. Oh, right there. See it? You see it? Right there. Right there. But for direct on lighting, you can't tell. You need like top down lighting to see. This thing came out sick. Look at this. It was a long print, but this is so cool. And then I did something that I haven't done in a while. I printed in PETG. I literally just loaded it with spools of PETG, and any Bambu machine I have has done this. I printed in PETG on my X1s, my P1Ss. You just select the profile. The profiles are preloaded. They're great. PETG coming out like butter. This was the high flow PETG you guys saw in that testing different materials, and I had red high flow as well. It actually can't focus on it. Look at that. Yeah, this stuff came out great. It's nice to just be able to throw PETG out and it just prints. And for the new Iron Man suit, I wanted to test out its max quality setting. So I max settings this interior detail of this Iron Man piece part. And again, it came out beautiful. I know you can see the different discolorations, but that is nice and smooth. I really wanted to just hit this with chrome just to see what it looks like, but it handled all these details magnificently. I've had no issues with this machine yet. It's just as smart as any of the other Bambus. It's just been working for me, and it's a bigger Bambu. But that's not it. I am in the process of building an entire project just using the H2D. It's a full model I found online, and it involves one piece. So if you're interested in one piece and you want to see this, this is just a standard. This came off the build plate yesterday. And it, like, again, it's nothing that other Bambus can't do, but it's still just beautiful. Like, this came out flawless. I love this. I love building. I love printing. This is awesome. I have a ton of more parts here that it has just been, it's like I'm just printing toys. I mean, that's the best way. It's like I'm printing a little model kit that I get to build and assemble. There'll be a whole video on this. I'm very excited about it, but I'm doing it exclusively on the H2D to try to see if there's some faults, some issues, some weird hiccups. So far, so good. And then you have the add-ons. You have the laser engravers and cutters and the vinyl cutter thing, whatever. And those are all great add-ons. You can have an all-in-one tool suite. You know, if you just have room for one machine, you can do a lot of stuff. Acrylic engraving and cutting and wood and blah, 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 blah. All the specs are on the website. But as for a printer, I like it as a printer. And it's been printing flawlessly for me. And, well, I mean, this literally finished while I was filming. More parts for the one-piece thing. And they're just coming out nice. No notes. I like it. I like the H2D. Is it expensive? Is it very expensive now? Absolutely, but it works. Okay, so the fourth and final printer we're gonna talk about in this video is a machine no one asked for and knew was coming out, but that runs in tandem with how Creality has handled the Ender-5 series since as far as I can remember. This is the new Ender-5 MAX, and unlike the Ender-5 Plus, it actually works really well. I know I used to love my Ender-5 Pluses, but they slowly, the quality, just over time, it kind of like just jumped off a cliff and died. It was awful. All four of mine just not great. But this works so far. I don't know if this is gonna get a dedicated video or if I'm just gonna use it in a build series, because sometimes Creality just sends me stuff without actually emailing me and negotiating like, hey, we'll send you this printer for they just kind of send me stuff sometimes and don't ask or clear it with me. So if stuff shows up, I'm gonna take it and maybe I'll post about it, but they didn't email me really too well about this. So I have it, maybe we'll make a video about it because it's cool, but I don't know if it's that cool. It is an open air Core XY type printer. It's very loud. I mean, it's quieter than older printers, but I've gotten used to enclosed machines. So having an open air wee woo type printer, it is a little jarring, but and you have to build it, which is something, again, you don't do with modern printers too much. You do have to assemble it. It takes about 10-15 minutes, not too long to assemble, super simple. The instructions are good. And then it does its self-leveling and checking, and then it prints. It's a 400 cubed printer. It's big. It's a great printer. Has an LED bar, touchscreen, blah, 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 blah. I think somewhere it said it is compatible with their CFS system. Let me check the website. Okay, so I might be an idiot and misremembering. I swear they said something about this becoming CFS compatible. I don't know how it ever would be, so ignore that. However, it is just a big 400 cubed printer, and you can print big 400 cubed stuff. It came with like one test model. That was weird. I threw a little flexi-rexy at it. In terms of tiny quality and detail, it handled it really nicely, actually. A little bit of stringing, because I just used that stock white roll of filament they send with every printer. It always sucks. And then I did a larger rexy. I just did a... yeah, the big rexy came out great, and then I threw a vase at it. The vase came out really good. Some weird artifacting. It's probably because I scaled this up a lot. I don't really quite know, but the vase came out good. The layer adhesion and the bonding on it came out really awesome as well. So I'm not worried about this. This is actually really sturdy. And then I sent this giant Iron Man bust. I kind of like this file. I maxed it out as big as possible. Now this is a very low, poor quality model on Thingiverse. It is not optimized. It is not the best out there. And then scaling it up, there was definitely some issues in it. And then I'm gonna blame the filament, the Sunlu red filament I had. I did a color change about here. This filament's been sitting out for years. Oh my God. So some of the supports didn't come off the best, but in terms of like the detail, the angles, the quality, not bad, especially for a large printer. You're not gonna get Bambu quality with a machine like this, but it's a viable printer, especially for big stuff. So that's why I started using it to print parts for, you guessed it, the new Iron Man suit. We're gonna worry about that part later. We're gonna do the first thing I printed was the front chest plate. It goes on the chest, pretty self-explanatory, and quality, good. Better than my old printers that printed these, not as good as the enclosed Core XY, Bambus, Prusas, even the Centauri Carbon, honestly, but still a passable print, and it's a big smooth surface. It printed quick too. That's the thing about this. It's not just a big Ender-5 style Core XY faux printer, whatever. It's printing these things very, very quick. Then I sent the actual chest plate, the actual full chest plate, one shot. It's great being able to one shot these parts. Again, a standard quality, and my Sunlu filament, it was just acting real weird. But in terms of the spots that it did well, it did them really well. It's just, again, support placement, but like this came out, this came out good. I would use this. I have machines that can do better, but I would use this. And the last part was the actual backplate for the suit. I wanted to see how it handled real complex things. This was all tree supports. It handled them flawlessly. Everything came off pretty well. Really no complaints. A couple holes I have to clean up, but like it's printing big and fast, and that's what we want from a machine like this. Now, currently it is $850 on Creality's website, and there is an optional enclosure, which why wouldn't there be? You put some walls around it, have a little thingy up top, and yeah, this thing makes sense with an enclosure. $850 for 400 cubed, I think that's more than generous nowadays. That is great. It's smaller than the Creality K1 Max. It's not as big as the K2 Plus, or no, actually wait, the K2 Plus is hold on, I'm dumb, I had that backwards. The K2 Plus is 350. So you have the K1 Max, 300 cubed, the K2 Plus, 350, 350, and then you have this, 400 cubed. So if you don't care about the features of the K2 Plus, the CFS, the enclosed system, if you just need a big printer, this is cheaper. This is cheaper. I would do this. This isn't a bad printer so far. Again, just kind of weird oddball out the gate. There isn't much to it. The hot end will be easy to repair and clean if there's ever any issues. It's using the same style extruder system, the geared system that's on the K1s, the K1Cs, the K1 Maxes, the K2s. So easy maintenance, cable management's great. It built very nicely. So if you just need a big printer right now, this is really probably your best option on the market currently. Yeah, no, not bad so far. So I want to put this thing in your bedroom next to your bed. It is loud. Just be ready for the noise that comes with it. Again, still unsure if I'm going to do a dedicated video on it. We'll see. Maybe leave some comments down below if you want one specifically on this. I'll do it for you, not for Creality. Okay guys, so that's gonna wrap it up for the printers I wanted to talk about and give you little updates on. Please let me know down below what you think of this type of video. Is this worth it? The follow-ups, that type of stuff. Should I release videos on the printers I haven't shown yet or haven't done dedicated? You get it, whatever. Leave some comments down below. You guys know I read all of your comments. I respond to as many as I can, but I do read all of them, so please drop them down below. And if you found this video helpful, please consider subscribing to the channel. If this is the first video on my channel you're seeing, weird pick, glad it got you, and hopefully you stick around to see what else I have cooking. More 3D printer reviews, more 3D printing stuff, more cosplay and prop stuff, a brand new Iron Man suit, and I hope to, hang on to your attention long enough for you to go and click the subscribe button. So just, So now if you're done with the video, you can go and scoot off and play the next video or go watch somebody else. I like Corridor Crew or Donut Media, feel free. That's totally up to you. But I want to spend the last really quick part of this video addressing something that's always bugged me about putting out review videos or first looks or overview videos about 3D printers. More and more comments have been popping up recently in terms of people being like, oh, they sent you that printer for free. I'm not going to trust you. I feel like that's backwards because this is my job now, making content for you guys, putting the videos out there. I don't owe any brand or company anything. Any video I have put out has always the exchange, the bare minimum exchange of that video is, hey, Bambu sent me the H2D, Prusa sent me the Core One, Elegoo sent me the Centauri Carbon, Creality sent me the Ender-5. Wow, I have all 4 brands right there. And in no part of any contract that I have ever made with any of these brands do they get editorial rights. That is a promotion. If they want to review the video, hey, we want to make sure you're not saying anything bad about our brand. That is not a review video. I actually can't legally call it a review video. That is not an unboxing. That is not an overview. That is not, hey, today's video is sponsored by. That is a promotion. That is me sitting there talking about the printer and only talking about the good things. They get rights over it. They can, hey, we didn't like that you said that this giant Elegoo or Centauri, the Orange Storm Giga was a giant waste of money. Can you take that out of the video? No company has ever had that control over my videos. And if you want a good example of that, I had the Orange Storm Giga, my initial video. I was excited about the printer. I had high hopes about it, man. You guys know I did. And then my second video about it, I ripped it apart. I didn't like it at all. And Elegoo clearly still works with me. These are relationships that I've fostered, and there has to be trust. If a company stops sending me stuff, that's a little bit of a red flag on the company too, in terms of, well, why don't I want to work with them anymore? What are you hiding? What don't you want me to see about your machine? So being able to work with these printer companies, get machines early, give them feedback. Hey, this worked, this didn't. That's really important to me. So putting that information out there to you guys and being as honest as I possibly can with the information I'm given. Obviously, sometimes I can't test a printer to its fullest, and I try to convey that. Hey guys, I just opened this Bambu H2D, haven't had a lot of time to test it. Here's what I know. So being able to be honest about that and put that out has, again, always been important to me. So I do hope that you guys trust me when I'm putting out these types of videos. And to the people who don't trust it because it's a free machine, so what? It's not free. Free would mean they send it to me and that's it. You never see it. It's not. There's work that goes into this. There's hours and days of testing and setting up and emails back and forth, filming, editing, B-roll, making sure I get that out there. That's work. Making these videos and putting them out to you guys is work, and it is that exchange. that is a contract between me and that company. Hey, they'll send me that machine, and then I give them some type of video in exchange, or at least I put it in a video. That's all work. And if you don't think it's work, please, I encourage you, please start making your own YouTube videos and posting and doing this full time, and you'll start to see it's work. So yeah, I just wanted to say that, get it out in a video, that like, by saying you don't trust me because the machine is free is literally you just saying you don't trust me. And if you don't trust me, you don't have to watch my stuff, but I'm trying to give you as much information as I have on the products. And if a company starts messing up enough and they keep giving me crappy products, I will say it in the video. I will say, do not recommend this. There are better options, and I've done that plenty of times before. So yeah, I hope that all made sense. I am sorry for the ramble at the end of this video. Didn't feel like there was any other appropriate spot to put it. I'm sure it'll come up again in the future. This topic will never, ever get old, because there are just a lot of people on the internet who have a lot of free time. So yeah, hope that all made sense. I'm just gonna end the video now because that was a lot of rambling. But again, as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. You have a good day.